smoked salmon, crispy sourdough, jammy egg, and sparkling wine. This is breakfast leaning into lunch. In making smoked salmon tartine, we're not just throwing smoked salmon on toast and calling it done. We're building layers, and I'm starting with my pickled shallots. First thing I need to do is get these shallots sliced up. To my sliced shallots, I'm gonna add some champagne vinegar, warm water, salt, and sugar. Get that combined. That's gonna sit for about 15 or 20 minutes, and it's gonna be ready. All right, next we got the herb crème fraîche. This is one of the details that makes this feel much more refined than just a cream cheese spread. I'm starting with my crème fraîche, and I've got all of my ingredients here. I need some lemon zest. I need a little bit of lemon juice. All right, I got some Dijon mustard, fresh dill, fresh chives. I'm gonna give that a whisk. All right, let me give my crème fraîche a taste. That's delicious. It needs about 15 or 20 minutes to sit and allow those flavors to come together. That is delicious. For the eggs, I'm going with the jammy egg. A poached egg is beautiful, but for this tartine, a jammy egg is cleaner, easier to control, and it still gives you that golden yolk. I've got some water boiling back here, a really nice rolling boil for this water, and I'm gonna lower my eggs into this water, and they're gonna boil for 7 minutes. And then I'm gonna drop them into an ice bath to immediately chill them, and I'm gonna chill them for about 5 minutes. So into the rolling boiling water. My eggs are done. I've got the jammy eggs in ice water. They're gonna set for 5 minutes. I'm already set up for what probably is my favorite part of the tartine. I'm doing crispy capers. Capers are already salty and briny, but when you fry them, they blossom, they become crispy. They add a crunch and a pop of flavor to the tartine. I've got some oil here. Get that oil hot. I've got some capers. I did not rinse these capers, no need to rinse them. I drained them and I dried them on paper towel and made sure that they were plenty dry. We don't want to drop little pellets of water into hot oil. So they're dry, and we're only going to fry them for about a minute or two. When they begin to pop open and bloom, you'll know they're ready. And now for the most important part of this, the bread. I've got a sourdough bowl here, and I'm gonna cut this anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch thick. A couple of things I wanna point out. You need something sturdy to hold all the toppings, to hold the smoked salmon and the shallots and all the things that we're putting on this. Sourdough stands up, it holds. All right, the other thing is you don't wanna toast this in the toaster, because this ain't that. Simply enough, this just ain't that. Use a pan here. I've got my pan, I've got olive oil, and I got butter, and I'm gonna get this toasted properly. A little olive oil and butter. I'm gonna toast my bread till it's nice and golden brown on each side. Now we build. Got everything here One thing I need to do before we get started is I've got some microgreens. And quite simply on these microgreens, I'm just gonna add a little lemon juice, a little tiny bit of olive oil, touch of sea salt. I'm gonna toss that up, and that's gonna top my tartine. All right, first a generous swipe of the herb crème fraîche. All right, next is salmon. I like to fold my salmon into ribbons instead of laying it flat. Gives a tartine height, makes it look more composed. Place the egg on top. Next, we're gonna add some of our pickled shallots, crispy capers, fresh chives. We're gonna add some lemon zest. We're gonna add a touch of fresh dill, fresh cracked black pepper, all right, my smoked salmon tartine is done, and I'm pairing it with the Crémant de Bourgogne. This is a sparkling Brut Rosé. No delay, let's get some in the glass. All right, really bright pink color. It's actually salmon. How ironic is that? Fine bubbles. Not a lot on the nose. It's really cold, so we don't expect a lot. Let's give it a taste. Nice and dry, slight red, subtle red fruit. Really good acidity. With that red fruit, I'm actually specifically getting a little bit of cranberry and some red delicious apple. With this dish, we've got the smoke from the salmon, the richness from the crème fraîche and the jammy egg, and we got salt from the capers, bright acidity from the pickled shallots, and we've also got a little bit more acidity with some lemon zest and a little lemon on the salad. So let's give this a taste as well. I'm gonna cut this in half. Here we go. Mmm. Mmm. We talked about layers of flavor. First of all, let's start with the toasted bread. So fundamental, but the toasting, the actual toasting of the bread and the butter, you can taste the butter. So delicious. Crème fraîche, nice and herby. Salmon, smoked salmon is gonna smoke salmon. I mean, it's delicious, right? What's not to love about that? The pickled shallots, man, this is just fantastic. Wow. Let me see if it pairs with the wine. The rosé lifts the salmon, and it actually is catching a hold to the herbal notes in this, the chives and the dill. It's just brightening those up, and it's also those citrus notes Oh, wow. This is just pairing so well, but I gotta double check. I want some of that egg. That is a perfect pairing. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.